SCFC Fan TV, welcome back to another special fans feature here on the channel. Joining me today is Mr. Dan Dimitrov from the Bulgarian Sunderland supporters branch. Dan, how you doing, mate?
Hello, Jacob. Nice to see you again. Always been a pleasure to take part of podcasts and things like that, talking about our favourite Sunderland.
Yeah, how are the lads? Don't forget, guys, that this video is also sponsored by Wolf Competitions. If you want to check out some brilliant competitions with a chance to win some brilliant prizes, check out the link in the description below. So, Dan Dimitrov, give us an insight into how the Sunderland Bulgarian supporters branch started and why you chose Sunderland. How did Sunderland come into your life, most importantly?
Well, I personally started supporting Sunderland since 1990. We've had a FA Cup run as a second division team to follow, like 92, and I was so impressed with the lads, like kept winning, and then I was watching highlights on Bulgarian TV, and particularly remember this Gordon Armstrong header when we won against Chelsea for the replay.
Yeah, iconic 1992 Cup run.
Exactly, and I fell in love with the fans. The celebrations, like the atmosphere was electric. It was so good, and I just fell in love with the club and everything about this team. But the branch was formed later on, obviously 2005. I've met Radoslav Karasenov, who is a great friend of mine, another Sunderland fan. At that time, I thought I was the only one supporting Sunderland in Bulgaria. So we've met in 2005 and obviously had the idea to register a branch, which happened 2013. Officially registered in May, and we've been official branch since then, which makes it like now 13 years this year. So we've had one of our flags at the Stadium of Light, one of the first ones.
Let's just hold it up.
Yeah. So this one is at the Stadium of Light. It was one of the first that they put up. So and it's quite unique because he's been travelling with me everywhere I go abroad.
I was going to say, where exactly is this banner been?
It's been America, Canada, Mexico, Italy, Spain. I mean, you name it. Everywhere I've been, this flag travels with me. One of the first things I put in the bag was the flag.
Wash a couple of times.
Wash it in between. But one of the first things that goes in the bag is a couple of Sunderland shirts and the flag.
Of course.
Then I take everything else.
Flying high up in the sky, as the Sunderland fans say. This season has just been phenomenal in terms of what we've gone on to achieve, what we were originally predicted at the start. How would you sum up this season in a nutshell? It's just been undescribable at times, hasn't it?
This season has been absolutely unbelievable. In terms of preparation, in terms of recruitment, getting all the players that are playing now and keeping some of the players that worked hard last season, having Regis Leprez as a manager, like that nobody heard of before, but then he proved to be like someone who knows what he's doing and very calm, very intelligent. So the season so far has been absolutely amazing, and I hope it's going to carry on like this until the end, because we've got all the foundations to build something with these players, with this manager, with these owners. So credit to the owners, credit to Speakman, credit to everybody, scouts, everybody involved with the club. Absolutely perfect.
I mean, going back to, you mentioned obviously Speakman there, going back to last summer in terms of the recruitment, the signings we brought in, it was always going to be, for me, a worry in terms of getting them all to gel together over a quick space of time. But obviously hats off go to Regis Leprez and the coaching staff, and obviously the team spirit, the fact that they've managed to do that in a quick space of time. But who would you say has been the standout? It's probably the hardest question that a lot of fans have not been able to answer. It feels like their answer changes over the course of time this season, that in terms of what's been their favourite moment from the players we brought in. But who would you say has been the standout for you?
Of course, it's hard to just choose one because I think everybody's important in this team. Everybody is playing their part, and as you said, I had my favourites over the time. But it looks to me like Xhaka is the one that we need to mention because this team was built around him. He was approached nice and early. He was when we knew that we're gonna get his services. This team, I feel like this team was built around him with his experience, with his way of motivating players, and a perfect example on the pitch and off the pitch. Very professional about how he's training, his regime, and everything. And then, of course, Mr. Regis Lebris, who's making these players performing like that and getting them to gel so quickly and performing at high level in the Premier League. And as we all know, we had like great results against top teams so far, and this is like hats off to everybody who's helped to achieve that.
Would you say you have a standout moment from a particular game this season?
Well, obviously, I need to mention the derby this season because this was something that
St. Nicholas delivers at Christmas, by the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, I was there for the derby, and everybody was waiting for it. Like it's been like 8 years since the last derby, so it was such a nice way to win with our own goal, which was like quite funny. But win is a win, and we just kept going, and we were the better team, and this was like a great moment for me to see the lads winning the derby again in front of passionate Sunderland fans.
The atmosphere in the ground that day, from obviously I wasn't there, but it was apparently undescribable.
Yes, I mean it was one of my best moments.
It was probably the best we've seen. Obviously, you go back to the Coventry second leg last season. The West Ham opening day of the season, but the derby, until you actually experience it, it's just something else.
Yeah, you've got to mention that. And, I mean, not far behind the Chelsea away win. I was there.
Fantastic.
And this was. I mean, the way we've done it is just like
Talby got in their heads, mate.
It was just it was perfecto.
Yeah, and we hope to have him back soon as well. A few of the AFCON players, just being away, people predicted we'd have a bit of a struggle in that period, but we've done pretty well by our standards in terms of the key players we've lost.
Absolutely.
In terms of some coming back, Habib Diarra, an AFCON winner now. He'll be back in the side soon. Chamsin Talby, we mentioned there. Obviously, Ronaldo's just come back into the side as well. Big players for us in terms of the quality they've added to the side, haven't they?
Hugely important. I mean, obviously Sadiq is back, and then you can see straight away against Crystal Palace, the lads were like playing, particularly in the second half, pretty well. We created a lot of chances, and the only shame was that we didn't score more goals, because it seems like a problem this season to score goals. We only scored 23 so far, but I'd like to see more goals scored, and then getting more convincing wins.
Of course, I mean
to build the confidence even higher,
and a big chance to do that again. Get back-to-back wins with a trip to West Ham United this weekend. Taking a trip down memory lane now in terms of when you started to seriously follow the club. Was any standout memories from games you've been to over the years that you can recall?
Yeah, I mean the first thing is that most people ask me the question how I became a Sunderland fan, and then what I remember was there was a newspaper that shown a photograph of Sunderland, and I fell in love with the name, and then I fell in love with the name of the ground, which was Roker Park, and because I like heavy metal and rock music. I fell for that, and the
iconic Roker Roll.
He was quite cool, and then I've read the history. I found out that they were champions 6 times and twice FA Cup winners, and I thought it's a well-respected club. And then when I mentioned the Chelsea replay when Gordon Armstrong scored his goal, then I was like fully Sunderland fan. And then that's going to be obviously for life. Now, the games I do remember clearly, and one of the most important one was my first ever game when I've seen Sunderland. It was Loftus Road against QPR, 1999. We finished 2-2. Kevin Ball was sent off, and Quinn equalised in the line.
The days of Quinny and Phillips up front.
Yeah, the dying seconds of the game, and we invaded the pitch. I had this camera with me. that went up in the air and then he smashed on the floor. Batteries were flying away. So I have got no photographs to prove that. But what I have is my memories. And this was like unforgettable moment. Yeah. And I do remember my first home game against Bolton Wanderers, same season. We beat them 3-1. It was freezing cold in March. And
as it normally is in some that time of year.
And I do remember travelling with the London branch, and I had quite a few people coming to meet me, and everyone coming with a pint in front of me. So I had about 20 pints to finish before the game. So this was a tough task.
Did you neck all of them?
I didn't, because I was going to miss the game. I didn't want to miss my first home game. So I said, lads, you need to stop doing that, because I want to see the game actually.
Part of the London branch, like I am myself, it doesn't surprise me there. The fact
the score.
Absolutely. Back onto this season, you mentioned obviously some of the iconic moments. Obviously, the derby, Champions Albies winner against Chelsea, but a trip to West Ham United in store this weekend. Early kick-off, a chance to add pressure to the sides in and around us if we were to pick up all three, to stay in the mix for the hunting those European places. But what are your thoughts going into this one? I personally think it's going to be a tougher game than beats the eye. West Ham are coming off the back of a decent win in a London derby against Spurs the other week. I know they're sitting in the relegation zone, but they're at home. They obviously need points to make up. I think they have 5 from safety at the minute. Was it Forest just above them? What are your thoughts? I think it will be quite a tough task. But a lot of tough tasks we've had this season, we've managed to prove doubt as well.
Well, the first thing I would like to say is that West Ham, as you said, like they just won against Tottenham. That's going to give them extra confidence. They're playing at home, so they'll be trying to get another win to get going. On the other hand, Sunderland also won against Palace. We're back on winning ways, and it's making it like a very intriguing and interesting game. There's no easy games in the Premier League. Like every week we can see that, and there's a proof all the time. So I expect like a really tough game. I would expect like West Ham to make it very difficult for us. And considering that the fact that we are not that good away from home worries me slightly. But having all our players back now, I still believe that we are more than capable of getting a result there. And I'd really hope for a 1-0 win for us, because that's my favourite score.
Is that going to be your score prediction?
Yes, 1-0 to the lads in the last minutes of the game.
Last minute scorer?
Scorer, I'd like to see Siddiqui scoring this time, because all his hard work during the season, I'd like to see him score, and I'd like to see his reaction.
Like he's due one, Noah.
He's
just got the passion he delivers each week. It feels like a goal merits his rewards that he gives on the pitch.
I would be very pleased if he scores.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 myself, and I think Robbie's going to continue this goal scoring prowess that he's got right now, and we'll take it into the capital at the weekend. I mean, fingers crossed. Keep the faith.
Obviously, as long as we win, it doesn't matter who's going to score.
Absolutely. Dan, pleasure to have you on, mate. Absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Talk to me about where we can find you on in terms of social media.
Yeah, we have got a Facebook page and group. It's called Bulgarian Sunderland Supporters Branch. It's in English, so it's not hard to type it and search it. We've got a group there, we've got a page, and we've got Instagram as well. So, follow us there. And please do come to meet us when we go to games. We
Absolutely.
can share a pint or two.
Deal.
We'll talk about Sunderland.